this street hustler who basically is part of an organization that's doing a lot of dirt. You know, real like dark, evil tone type of cat, like in the sense of things. You know, if you really look at him, and you know, you find out something about him later on in the movie. But basically, he's part of this whole organization that's doing a lot of dirt in Street Kings.
I play Scribble. Scribble is another street hustler who's basically kind of used as an informant to bring the would-be good guys to the bad guys, but at the time you don't know who's a good guy, who's a bad guy. So I'm just kind of caught in the middle of this crazy story, and they're using me to kind of get to each other.
Having both grown up in this country, how accurate is the portrayal of these police officers?
Well, you know, for me, I could say, you know, being in Chicago, you definitely know that it's a lot of police officers that are corrupt. I mean, just being in America, you know, you have that. So I think the depiction is honest. I don't think it's a depiction of the whole police force or every police force across the United States. But I mean, it's definitely some dirt that has been done in the LAPD, in Chicago PD, St. Louis, wherever. It's dirty police. We know it, you know.
Yeah, I would think so. I think that this movie is really kind of showing the world of like how living every day in the dirt and hanging with, and your job is to kind of affect the negative parts of the world, that you actually pick up negative habits and you can find yourself off base before you really realize it. And I think that, you know, inherently most of the cops in this movie, they started out as good guys and somewhere made some bad choices, and then you kind of even see the hero looks like he's making bad choices, but you know, at the end he's trying to right all his wrongs. So that happens in life, you know.
Yeah.
Even with journalists.
Well, growing up in this country, black, do you feel that when you're
What?
dealing with the police?
I grew up black.
Somebody noticed. do you feel that when the cops pull you over, you feel differently? Then do you think? I mean, well, you wouldn't know.
I would definitely say so. I mean, it is a certain kind of energy, and I wouldn't consider myself a bad guy in any kind of way. I'm actually a pillar of society and of the community. But I mean, still, you know, if a police car is near me or, you know, in my rearview mirror, there's a certain kind of you know, apprehension that happens, that, you know, whether he's going to pull me over, you know, simply because I got rims on my car or whatever, you know. So it is a certain degree of awareness of the police that I think is a little different, you know, being an African-American male in this country.
Yeah, and I think, you know, with that existing, we working to a point to try to get past it, you know, but that, you know, it's going to take everybody to do it, but I mean, it definitely exists. Like said, you see the police. You sometimes, from whatever past history you had with them, or just knowing what they do, you automatically get on guard at certain points. So that's just what it is. But you know, hopefully we get past that. You know, we want to move past all that bull. You know.
How much of a sea change is it to have a presidential candidate who's African American for this country?
I mean, that to me is a very exciting time, and I mean, you know, I believe that you know, Senator Obama is the right person at the right time. So, and I'm excited about the opportunity of you know, having him become president of the United States. So I'm with that cause all the way, 100%.
Yeah, I think it's showing the world that, you know, we want better living for everybody, you know, and just like my friend texted me one day, like, man, I never would have thought that the day we would see an opportunity for a black man to be president. And I mean, I think that's, for it to be coming and it could be realistic so soon, is really showing a change in the times. And that's what I'm saying, like with the police situation. It's like, we don't want to dwell on all that the whole time no more. It's like we want to get past it and start moving in a positive direction, you know?
But do you think this whole hoopla about the things that his minister said, I mean, the guy didn't say anything wrong. Essentially, I mean, did he? What is it? People are so. Is it that white people are so ignorant of what goes on in African American churches that that is such a big hoopla? Do you think?
I mean, I think it was it was a combination of things, but I thought he covered it well in his speech. I think that for the most part, that we are a nation that is divided. People live different existences in the United States, and white and black, and it's time for us to come together. We can all go to our own histories and and decide like I don't like this person because of that. But at the end of the day, we're all trying to have better lives for our families and our friends and our kids, and that's what it's all about. So,
Yeah, and I mean, I think what Obama said was just exactly what we need right now, and I think the fact that they are addressing his pastor or Reverend Wright and saying, yo, this guy did this and that has created a platform for Obama to really address some of the problems that America has. And America usually don't want to address those problems. You know, like if you look at the history, you haven't seen any presidential candidate or president address racism or anything that's sensitive the way Obama did. And I think those are the things. It's like if you're in a friendship relationship, at a certain point you got to communicate and say, hey, I had some problems over here, you had some too, and that's how you come to a solution. I think Obama is taking the steps to get to the solution instead of just saying stuff behind closed doors. Or Reverend Wright ain't saying stuff behind closed doors. It's time for us to get to the truth. America got to face up to its own problems, you know?
yeah.